Welcome back to another episode. How's it going? Today we are talking about Resident Evil 4, the remake. How do I say it? With Resident Evil 4, I never grew up with it. I remember when it came out, and it just wasn't my thing at the time. I was more into like Halo and Gears of War and just things like that. So the original Resident Evil 4, I first played on the Nintendo Wii, and I thought it was okay. It was fun. And then I played, I guess, the remaster, not the remake, but the remaster on the Series X. Me personally, I am coming from, I loved the second Resident Evil on PS1 and Resident Evil 3. I either played them or watched people play them growing up. So I was kind of expecting more of that with Resident Evil 4. However, back when I first played it, I was a little bit thrown off because it was more action orientated, and so I was like, oh, like, you know, what is going on here? And yeah, so I guess going into that, it was very divisive when it came out. So for a lot of people, and rightly so, it drew people in. It reinvigorated Resident Evil to the point where, because I'm pretty sure it was dying at that point, and it gave it a breath of fresh air. So for many people, Resident Evil 4 was like the pinnacle. However, that being said, on the other hand, Resident Evil 4 was also maybe the start of the action orientated setting, and then it just got worse and worse with 5 and 6. Nothing against 5 and 6. I think they're fun, but they're just not scary. So yeah, but anyway, back to the Resident Evil 4. I played it on the Wii, and whatever. I played it on my Series X, the remaster, and I was very scared to say, because I know so many people love this game, I was actually scared to say that I found it okay. I didn't love it. And part of that is from the controls, because I really didn't like how essentially it would you'd have to shoot and then move and then shoot. I didn't like that. It really threw me off. And it wasn't like it had some weird creepy moments, but it wasn't scary. I am pleased to say Resident Evil 4 is all of those things. Like, you can move and shoot now. Move and aim. That was so needed. Wow. And then obviously the controls, they feel great. The graphics are beautiful. They are amazing. You can really tell that Capcom, they built this from the ground up with love, sweat, and tears. Resident Evil 4, the remake, is everything I wanted the original game to be. So I'm really loving this. And because of the updated visuals and the lighting and graphics and everything, it actually has some pretty, I guess, tense and scary moments. Like, I'm about 3 to 4 hours in, and sometimes I'm on edge. I also got to say, so obviously we know 4 is technically, it's the sequel to Resident Evil 2 with Leon. He's pretty much tasked to rescue the president's daughter, and that's all I'll say. He's more experienced from the second game. However, this game genuinely feels like a follow-up to this remaster now, or this remake, sorry. But no, I just wanted to get on here and just talk about some, like, my Resident Evil thoughts, like, it just looks so beautiful, and I'm not usually one to, like, obviously graphics are important, but I'm really noticing it in this game. Like, my relationship with Resident Evil, like, I kind of was on and off growing up, never really loved it. It wasn't until I got older where I actually really started to appreciate it, like the originals and the remasters on the PS4, and then Revelations. Resident Evil, what I love most about the games is the inventory management, the resource management. I really love it. I love it so much. That aspect just draws me in, man. Like, oh my goodness. But no, so I guess what I came on here to say, I guess it's a review of sorts. Like, I would say, if you want a proper follow up in terms of remake quality to Resident Evil 2, definitely get it. If you are on the fence like I was with the original Resident Evil 4, this game, I believe, will bring you over in a good way. So I didn't love it. I was like, yeah, okay, well, whatever, it's Resident Evil. And then I played the remake, and I was just like, oh my god, like, I'm obsessed with Resident Evil now. Like, the 4th game, I'm obsessed now. It's great. So like, for instance, I wasn't a huge, like, Resident Evil 7 was good. Resident Evil 8, I loved it, which obviously it harkens a lot back to Resident Evil 4. And playing this remake, Resident Evil 4, I definitely see now. I love it. Like, it makes sense. If you love 8 Village, you're going to love this one because there's so many similarities. Remake, was it needed? Probably not. But then you actually play it and then you go, oh, it was needed. Definitely needed. And the reason why it's so good is because back in the day, this game was good. Like, obviously for its time it would have been amazing. I didn't play it during its time. I played the original much later. That's probably why I didn't love it. But yeah, so essentially I was worried to say that I kind of just found the 4th one okay, because like, what if people grabbed their torches and pitchforks like the villagers in the game and came after me? Like, I don't know. I guess I was scared of that. But, you know, it is what it is now. But yeah, this game, definitely worth it. If you're on the fence, I gotta say, I was on the fence and I bought it and I do not regret it at all. It's a great game. Alright guys, that's my thoughts and I guess review on Resident Evil 4 Remake. What have you thought of the game? Have you played it? Why not? Let me know in the comments. Let's talk everything about Resident Evil. What's your favorite Resident Evil? Anyway guys, I'll catch you later, stay safe, and I'll see you next time.